You've probably tried cold email before. You watched a YouTube video, copied a template, hit send, and crickets. Nothing happened. Maybe some replies came in that were just not interested. No walkthroughs booked, no new contracts. And here's probably the reason why. Almost no one online that you're watching actually works with commercial cleaning and janitorial companies. They're usually general B2B, they're influencers, they sell courses. They've never actually booked a janitorial walkthrough in their life. Meanwhile, we helped a commercial cleaning and janitorial company out in Kansas City generate $200,000 in just 4 months of working together from cold email alone. That's 20 to 40 quality commercial leads generated every single month. No ads, no SEO, no postcards, no door knocking. It's just a system that actually works because it's built specifically for cleaning and janitorial companies. And it's working for dozens of cleaning companies that we're helping all across the US today. So in this breakdown, I'm going to show you exactly how to find almost every business in your service area from Google Maps and from LinkedIn, how to actually pull real decision makers and enough of them, even when databases fail and these are actually local decision makers, how to write cold emails that actually get replied to and get a minimum of 7% response rate, and then also how to follow up without sounding desperate in those cold emails to get them to respond. And then finally, how to actually turn replies into walkthroughs and get them converted consistently. So this video is really no hacks, just gonna be very direct, no guesswork, just the real system that's actually working for our cleaning clients and what we're doing today. So this is how we generate commercial cleaning leads with cold email. If we were to work together as a client, you would have a lead tracking sheet just like this. So just showing you that we're actually generating quality leads for our clients as notes, status, reply time. Just wanted to give you an example, but it's actually working. And that's how we've been generating $200,000 in just 4 months for the cleaning company in Kansas City, just from cold email. And who is this for? For commercial cleaning and janitorial companies that want recurring contracts, local high quality leads, walkthroughs booked every week, predictable new revenue, and not having to pay for paid ads or waiting for SEO to work. So if you rely on referrals or word of mouth and you're just waiting, this is going to be replacing dry spells in your business. The problem typically, like I was saying earlier, is that most cold email advice online or just from colleagues is outdated. It's using recycled templates. It's just watching influencer tactics and also zero proof they ever worked. The real issue is that what you're seeing online is they're teaching tactics. Tactics don't really get you that far. Systems is what's driving you revenue if you can do it correctly. So what we do is we build systems for our cleaning clients. So what actually works, it's nothing other than relevance, volume, follow-up, targeting, timing, and a cold email infrastructure that has good deliverability and sends enough volume to capture the right timing of the prospects in your market. Everything else is just noise. The system has 5 core pillars, so I'm gonna go over each of them in this video. The first one's targeting, second one's timing, third one is messaging, fourth is follow-up, and fifth is the cold email infrastructure. Pillar 1, targeting. So most campaigns fail before the email is ever even sent. So to win, you must target the right industries, hit almost every business in your service area that you can reach out to, reach the right roles, and then send enough volume to actually matter and put enough asks out there into your market to get enough yeses in return. Who we typically target for our cleaning clients, it's all up to what the cleaning client wants to go after and who they don't want to go after. But usually what we see in terms of leads generated, medical, dental, property management, manufacturing, offices, tech offices, schools, churches, warehouses, multi-location service companies like plumbing, roofing, even companies like that, and then decision makers as well. So owners, facility managers, general managers, operational people, admin, office manager, workplace coordinators, all those types of roles. And usually those are the people that are actually getting booked into walkthroughs and conversations held. So where do we pull the data from? First, we don't rely only on one source. I think that's one of the biggest pitfalls of any cleaning or just B2B company in general. It's amazing to me how that everyone or almost everyone relies on just one database, one data source. We don't do that. So we combine many different data sources over a handful to hit 80%, 70 to 80% of the actual market, just being conservative. But the lead sources come from Google Maps. And then also most of what we're doing is through clay.com. If you haven't heard about it, go on my YouTube channel. I talk more about Clay and actually how to use it for your cleaning business. So go do that if you want after this video. But inside of Clay, you can find companies and pull full-on company information all in bulk by just searching city, state, and the types of industries that you want and the industries that you don't want, and it'll push it into a table. And then from both the Google Maps offices and also the LinkedIn pulled companies, you can be able to pull more companies from there using AI. Contact sources, Clay's find people from LinkedIn. It's allowing you to take the company domain website and then find actual decision makers that have the location that you want to go after. So the cities and states in your area. The AI role search, basically, it's using AI to impersonate a person going on Google and searching for office manager at Outbound Hero, Seattle, Washington, and then it would find the person's full name, title, and LinkedIn profile. And then you can use all that information to go into the work email enrichment waterfall using different data sources to find their actual email to contact. You need the email to contact them and send the email to. And then also location specific general emails, which I'll go over later in this video. But essentially, it's like the info at or Seattle office at abc.com. Those kind of emails are great places to start and they can influence a lot of quality leads. And we see that all across the board for our clients. Usually it's influenced from a location specific general email if we didn't specifically hear directly from the decision maker when we're emailing them. So we email both location specific general emails and also decision makers that are local to the area. And then finally, I already mentioned this, but the work email, waterfall, find email, lead magic, Prospeo, etc., Reune, and then Enrichly for email validation, which I'll go over in a little bit. Why this matters is because typical outreach from just any business, but specifically cleaning and janitorial companies, they're only reaching out to 30 to 50% of the actual market that they want to generate walkthroughs in. With us, we're able to capture much more than that, meaning we're reaching out to a lot of people that don't typically get emailed, or they only get emailed by one cleaning company at the wrong time. So we're able to reach out in volume to a lot of the right people at the right time. So what we like to say is about 70% plus of the actual market. And then what I mentioned for the AI finding people that aren't typically able to be found, we use that find people enrichment through Clay to try to find the person in the first place, but not everybody is available on there. Same thing with like Apollo and data sources like that. You're not gonna be able to find every single person, especially even their email. But with what we do in Clay, we use Clayagent. It's their AI agent and it replicates that Google search. So it finds roles like facility manager, workplace operations, office manager, local admin, people like that. So you don't need an actual database when you can just replicate a human search now with AI in this year in 2025 and on. So an example, I'm not sure if this is correct, but say HubSpot has an office in Seattle and you are a Seattle-based commercial cleaning company. You don't want to be pulling decision makers from the Cambridge, Massachusetts office. You want to be finding Seattle-based actual decision makers. And so I know it's a little bit, if I can zoom in, I can't zoom in. But basically, we're finding these people using AI, and that's the Clayagent logo right there. And the location-specific general emails that I was talking about, we're extracting emails tied to the actual physical location of the office. So, for example, pacificautomation.com, it's a local company, so info at works. But say Dental Corp was a company, and they have multiple different offices across the whole US. You would want to find Seattle office or whatever their specific unique code is. And then also like contact Med Spa Seattle. Of course, they don't probably have that many offices, so that's a good email to contact. So it works for franchises, local offices, churches, clinics, manufacturing companies, and multi-location service companies or operators. So this is kind of what it looks like when we're pulling using AI, that Clayagent logo, finding location-specific general emails. And then again, volume plus relevance beats perfect data. So if you're reaching out to enough of the right people, you're going to be able to win. Going into the next thing, I already touched on this, but I want to really hone in on it, is that you don't want to be pulling people from the actual headquarters if they're not in your area. I see this all the time, and I did this mistake when I was first starting out. Most cleaning companies and agencies working with cleaning companies, they filter by headquarters, and they're limited to that. Whether they're just using Apollo or they're using what we do, they're only searching for prospects at companies that are headquartered in their area. That's leaving out so many offices that have headquarters in Taiwan, London, New York, whatever. You're missing out on all those opportunities if you're not just filtering by the person location, because they probably live in the service area that you reside in if you just search by their person location. So an actual real example, DocuSign is headquartered in San Francisco, California, but their Seattle office is the one that we want to work with, and they probably need cleaning, so we're going to reach out to them. So what you do is target by their actual office locations, not their headquartered or their headquarters. So not New York, not San Francisco, not Chicago. What you do is you search by the Seattle office right here. And you can see that so if you search right here, DocuSign headquarters is San Francisco, California. So don't be mistaken and fall into the HQ trap and only search for companies in by company location. Search by person location when you're on Apollo or whatever you're doing to find contacts. Pillar 2 is timing. Cold email is a timing game, but cold email for commercial cleaning is really a timing game. So the correct message plus the right person at the right moment, that's what typically equates into replies. So you can't force timing, but you can really be there when the timing is right or when it flips. Timing reality is most prospects won't open it, they won't reply, and they're usually not ready yet. So there's probably going to be about 93% of the people, or a little bit more than that never reply at all. And so you're able to recycle them. This whole cold email timing game is awesome for cleaning companies because every 2 months you can just recycle lead lists, put them back into campaign, even if it's the same campaign that you put them in 2 months ago. It's timing. If they want it, they need it, they'll respond to it. But usually they just won't even respond to it. What we do, again, is every 60 days around that is a whole recycling campaign. And it automatically happens for us. But just if you're doing this yourself, just go through your data lists and wait 60 days and put everybody that said, hey, not interested right now, or just simply the category not interested and wasn't do not contact. And then also at the same time, people that didn't respond at all, put them back into campaign. You can run a brand new campaign, or you can just duplicate what the campaign they were in before and start them as a new prospect. Pillar 3, write like a human. Do not sound automated. That's the biggest thing. Ask a real relevant question. So the opener is big. You need to have something that's relevant to their actual facility. One second thing is one line about what you do and who you help. So we provide commercial cleaning services for several buildings in the city area, and then also a low friction call to action. So are you open to a complimentary cleaning quote? Are you interested in new cleaners at the moment? So if it takes more than 7 seconds to read, they're going to delete it. Just be super quick about them only. Don't talk about what you accomplished, who you work with, things like that. The rule really is if you wouldn't say it out loud, don't send it. So just be quick. You wouldn't just go on and on about yourself. You just simply say, hey, do you need new cleaners if you're to do a door knocking, if you visited a facility? Just be simple, concise, and relevant. So an example subject line is just cleaning question. Don't overcomplicate it, just cleaning question. Hey, Melissa, how do you keep exam rooms clean between appointments? Reaching out because we clean several facilities in the Tacoma area. Would you be open to a complimentary quote? So it's short, personal, and real. So once replies start to come in from your cold email campaigns, you want to master the follow-up process. You don't want to be like most cleaning companies and follow up just once, say, hey, just checking in. They send brochures, or they just stop early. They think one is enough. They think two is enough. What we make sure our clients are doing is that they're following up at least 6 times. So the first touch, they want to respond as soon as possible within 5 to 60 minutes during work hours. So they call first, they call right back. So it's called a double dial. If they don't hear back, they leave a voicemail and then they type out the email reply trying to schedule the walkthrough. And then every 2 to 3 days after that, they follow up 6 more times and repeating the double dial and the email process. And then every single time that they follow up with the email, they're going to want to make sure to mention something a little bit different. So it's not just repeating yourself in every single follow up. It needs to be relevant and make sense to actually talk to you and have a conversation. Even if they're busy or they're ghosting you, make sure there's a reason to actually respond back to you. So again, just don't say just checking in. Always advance the story and have relevance so that they have a reason to meet with you. So follow up that actually works. What we see our clients doing is, hey, I haven't heard back from you. We helped a nearby church reduce janitorial costs by 30%. Do you want more details? Or quote another facility in your area. Want me to include yours in that quote? And then we already work with 3 medical clinics in the area. Every touch adds value. No fluff, no begging, just be relevant. Try to earn their trust to get a conversation started. Pillar 5, infrastructure. So you want to have a scaled cold email infrastructure. And this is what we actually run for our cleaning clients. So I would just replicate this if you're going to be doing this yourself. You don't want to be taking it super cost effective and having only a couple email accounts. If you want to do it correctly, you need to have enough volume to be able to send enough relevant emails to capture enough people at the right time. So this whole system works because it reaches the full local market of each cleaning company that we work with. If you're doing this yourself, you're able to capture the people that you want to reach out to in your market, in your service area that is within 30 miles, 60 miles, whatever your service area is. It also hits real decision makers that are local and are relevant to reach out to. uses AI to uncover hidden contacts that most cleaning companies are unable to find and contact. It also sends enough volume to break through and be able to play the timing game. So enough volume to be able to hit enough people at the right time with the right message. And then also it works regardless of timing. So because you have so much volume, it almost kind of erases the whole timing aspect of it. You're able to capture enough of the market to be able to hear yes or no if they're interested in cleaning or not. And then it converts replies into actual walkthroughs with the proper follow up cadence and process. And then finally, it's built only for commercial cleaning and janitorial companies. So I'd say a regular B2B software or marketing agency would not be using the same system we do. This is unique. It's very specialized for cleaning and janitorial. So if you are interested in working together, there's no document attached to this. It's just simply if you want to work with us, if you want to learn more about our service and how to get 10 to 40 quality commercial leads that are exclusive, sent to you and you only every single month, and we're going to be doing it all for you. So we handle the whole lead generation process. Whenever we generate a lead, we'll send it over to you. You'll handle the booking. We believe that there's no one better than the actual business themselves talking to people that are already interested. And so you can answer specific questions, make sure that you don't make sure that we don't mess up the opportunities for you so that you handle the ones that are actually interested. So go visit the booking link in the description of this video below. Go find a time on our calendar and we'll talk about how we can get you more quality commercial leads in your area. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.